Today in this room, a lot of people are going to get offended. So a small disclaimer to all of them. The world is not black and white, but all the colors of the rainbow. Today, I'm dressed up as Shiv and Shakti because Indian mythology talks about it as the ideal form of equalism between a man and a woman. Today, it's not about feminism. It's about equalism, about all the colors of the rainbow. How many of you must have seen an alpha male, like a typical mard? हिंदी में कहते हैं हम उसे मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता. That is a myth. That does not exist. There is nothing like 100% man or 100% woman. There can be 80% man and 20% of feminine energy in everyone. All of you in this room have a feminine energy inside of you. Some have it more and some have it less. You might find a girly girl on one end, but on the other you find a tomboy. You might find a woman who has facial hair. That's how God made her, unique. But that doesn't mean she's not a woman. She does not have feminine energy inside of her. This feminine energy allows us to empathize more, create more, and even have a wider perspective. All of you must have this one uncle in your family who must have used this line that this does not happen in our time. Like हमारे time पे ऐसा नहीं होता था. A common comment most of the girls over here get: are you going out dressed like this? And this uncle would turn up, our daughters are always fully covered, whereas our men are always portraying their body. A second comment which most of the girls get: are you drinking or do you drink? And this uncle would turn up, our girls, they don't drink. But our men are always hungover at one place or another. And the most common one: do you have boyfriends? Our girls, no boys. But our men, playboys. A very common comment. So I was in the US this year and I attended something called as a Pride Parade. And there I got something which they call as a Pride Shades. And suddenly everything changed. Because at that moment I realized the world is not black and white. It's all the colors of the rainbow. So please, whenever you meet this uncle of yours, please hold both of your hands and tell him that the world is changing. That women are not only leaving their house, their cities, their countries, but they have left the planet as well. They have gone into space. Our soul does not have a gender. It's not male or female, no. It has only one gender, that's human. The future does not lie in the domination of one gender over another, but in the fusion of both the genders. Working women, metrosexual men, gender fluid fashion, house husbands, and even pregnant men. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not innovations, no. But just cause of less censorship of the media and more connection, we are able to see all these possibilities which always existed in our society. The purpose of life is to create something that outlasts it. Animals can only create babies. But humans can create their art form, music, company, building, whatever they want. They can create them. And for this, we don't just need laws. No. We need a gender fluid system. Most of you must be thinking, how is it possible? How? When I was born, my grandparents wanted a girl. At that moment, I was rejected at birth. And I realized how a woman actually feels being rejected at birth. Rape, a very common topic nowadays. But as men, we will never be able to empathize it. A woman being raped by 4 men is a serious issue. But a man being raped by 4 women is still a joke. We'll never be able to understand. And in return, the argument which we give is that cause you're wearing short clothes or you're going out in the night, that's why you got raped. So next time if somebody gives you this comment, I want all of you in this room to do this to them. One hand like this. I want everyone to have their right hands like this. Right hand like this and left one like this. In sign language, it's called bullshit or Goober. Yes. Why am I saying this? Most of you must be thinking. Last year, I was attending an event when a man came up to me, and it was daytime. And he flattered me with his compliments, literally flattered me. And the next moment he told me, Onkar, can I sit with you during the event? I was like, great, please do. During the event, his hand was on my thigh. He kept on caressing it. And I kept on telling him, sir, I'm not interested in men. Sorry. But he said, I can't control myself. I just hoped for the event to get over. Because at that particular moment, I felt like a woman. I felt so scared that how a woman actually feels. Because as soon as the event got over, he invited me home for coffee. I was like, a bad idea. I need to run. So we men don't realize the problem until we face it ourselves. So the solution is very simple. We need to step in your shoes. Yes, we need to step in your shoes to gain that empathy. And all of you can do it. All the men over here can do it. Any law, any ritual which you find in your family, in your office, in your business, you think that it doesn't make sense or is not viable, test it out for a week. Whatever has been passed on by our forefathers, we as men need to test it once again. What do I mean with that? Okay. So as a woman, most of the times you're banned. It's a part of a ritual that you cannot fart or burp in a public place. Fine, as a man, try that for a week, not farting or burping in a public place. As a woman, they're always told to wear covered clothes or to wear or to cover their heads when going outside the house. So as a man, I would request you try that for a week if you find that to be a logical idea or a ritual passed on by your elders. As a woman, most women are told to stay in the house after dark, after 7 o'clock, after 8 o'clock. So if you, as a man, if you find that viable, try staying in the house as well after 7 for a week and see how it actually feels. You consider dowry to be viable? Fine. Then you yourself need to give some dowry when you get married. You think her virginity matters before marriage? Then as a man, I challenge you to remain a virgin before marriage. If you can do it, only then convince her to stay as that. I not only preach, I even try such stuff. So Karwa Chauth, an Indian ritual where women get up at 4 o'clock, eat something and keep a fast for the entire day. You're not even allowed to drink anything. All of you must be knowing that. So as a man, I thought even I should do it. Okay, I miserably failed. Really, I failed. Instead of getting up at 4 o'clock, I couldn't sleep the entire night by the sheer idea that I need to stay hungry for the entire day for my lover. So instead, I got up at 8 o'clock. Then I ate something. And within the next 3 hours, I had extreme amounts of acidity inside my stomach. And I was running from one place to another. Literally, I went up to my mother and touched her feet and told her that just because she is forced to do it as part of our ritual, that doesn't make my wife or my partner to take up that particular activity. So yeah, you can challenge any ritual, any law which you don't think is viable for your partner or for any gender out there. Ladies and gentlemen, one last request before I end. I'm just asking for relationships where there are no gender roles, where both of them can pay and both of them can equally earn, where both of them can clean the house and both of them can cook, where both of them can love each other and both of them can respect. Because at the end of the day, the world is not black and white. It's all the colors of the rainbow. Thank you and have a nice day.